calls for police accountability tonight after tensions flared at a pro-Palestinian demonstration this weekend. Several people were arrested. Police say they were just doing crowd control. Anam Khan is standing by at Toronto Police headquarters tonight. Hey, Anam.
Hey, Shannon. So this is...
It was sheer police brutality.
Hold a press conference tomorrow. They want to hold police accountable for what they say has been police brutality against them. And I spoke to a lot of the protesters, and they feel that police has been really escalating violence and force towards them.
It was sheer police brutality yesterday. There's no other word to describe it.
Get off of it!
Gursabar says he's been to more than 60 Palestinian rallies in Ontario in the last 5 months, but none felt as unsafe as the one on Saturday.
There were people falling on the ground. Police were pulling people, throwing people, kneeling on people. There were people with bloody noses. Then the horses were brought in against the entire crowd, and it was just madness.
Sabar also says one passerby not attending the rally was assaulted by police. When asked for comment by CBC News, Toronto Police said they cannot comment on this individual's allegations. One video shows blood on a man's face while officers arrested. Toronto Police say one man was charged for stunt driving while driving with people in the bed of the truck. 2 women are charged with assaulting a peace officer with a weapon, one for throwing horse manure and another for allegedly using a flagpole to, quote, spear at an officer. In a statement tonight, Toronto Police say protesters became physically aggressive towards officers, adding, police employed appropriate and necessary force to preserve public and officer safety.
That's a joke. Yeah, that is... It's an insane thing to say. It appeared that there was a plan in place to agitate the crowd and to demonstrate their show of force.
The Toronto Police Association also releasing a statement tonight saying, quote, members are away from their families to ensure public safety on the Easter weekend, adding their members deserve the same respect that they extend to the protesters.
I would start off by saying the degree of respect extended by the Toronto Police to protesters is non-existent.
Awad says she was with a group of protesters in front of 51 Division demanding the release of protesters that were arrested.
During that period, folks were praying, and at one point in time, a Toronto Police car sped through, right, barely a foot away from people praying, and ran over a bunch of food and supplies that was in the street, even though the street was blocked off by police cars.
Local MPP Kristen Wong-Tam says Torontonians have a right to demonstrate their solidarity with civilians in Gaza. She says she's informed that the police reportedly issued no audible or repeated warnings to the group of marchers or bystanders before these altercations and subsequent arrests. Shannon, all those arrested in relation to the protests were released yesterday. And another thing that both sides disagree on is injuries. Police say there were no injuries, and the protesters tell me several were taken to the hospital, and many are monitoring themselves for a concussion. And we will watch this very closely. We'll have more to you after the press conference tomorrow.
Thanks, Anam. She's reporting for us live tonight.